Hi again. Let's continue polishing the fingers. Let's go to the upper side of the fingers. First of all, let's look at the reference, is to generate these lumps. Let's begin with this one. Let's mask it. Now let's make some lumps on this side, some with standard, around here. Not that prominent though, but these lumps will show the area of the phalanges. Here inside the circle we're making the rest of the folds. We begin to draw lines, naturally with the highest subdivisions. We don't have to do so many lines, just a few deep lines. The rest we fill it with thinner lines. By the way, we shouldn't make straight lines. They have to look irregular. Some of these lines are not horizontal. A few bits over here. Once we have the shape, we fill with a standard brush with less intensity. Just to add a bit volume. This is the first one. Here in the second phalanx, we use the same method as in the lower part. Kind of long lines, but fewer in this case. Let's go with the highest subdivision, and with a very little dam standard we make some lines just like we did in the lower part. This material lets us notice things better. Turns out it wasn't a good idea to change it in the first place. Up here. We gotta make these thin lines in here as well. We are making them here also, but aiming for this kind of shape. To finish, we're adjusting the upper section of the nail. For the cuticle, we use dam standard to generate the border. For the nails, this is a detail that will give Hulk more credibility. He shouldn't have these nails so refined. So with dam standard, we're giving an irregular shape to the borders. Apart from that, we're making some lines on the nail. some of them from the border, others in the middle of the nail. We can outline this border with dam standard, but very subtle. Let's apply S-polish in this area to get rid of these lumps here. Now let's go with the last step on this hand. Let's work on the knuckles. Let's outline a bit the bone on the finger by lightly brushing here. Let's move this a bit. And let's align the knuckles as well. Dam standard with a high subdivision. And we start to make irregular lines over here. Changing the depth and size of the brush from time to time. That's very important. Okay, so we're repeating the same steps on the rest of the fingers. Let's make some little adjustments on the shape of the hand. It's now convenient to use a smaller subdivision. It's time to fix things like the width of the fingers. Adjust all of those flat surfaces. Make them look a bit more round. Also the space between the fingers. Adjusting the tip of the fingers so they look center. The width of the base of the fingers, we want them to look thick. After some minutes making some marks and looking at references, this is the result we get. As you see, I used the same technique I've been using on all fingers. Random lines with irregular direction. To finish, we're using this same technique on a section of the arm. The elbow is lacking this kind of features, so let's do it. Let's hide what we don't be needing. So let's do the same we did on the fingers. Let's move this a bit as we'll need more space. So with Dem Standard, we make some lines and we start a fill. A standard will work good so we don't make any lumps. As you see, it's the same technique. Maybe some lines up here. Very subtle ones. So they disappear gradually. We don't want them to vanish all at once. So we have our elbow wrinkles as well as the hands on the character. I hope you like this video. This technique is not that complex. It's only a matter of taking some minutes to look at references and brushing line after line. Little by little, you're going to get better at it. In the next video, we'll use the same technique applied to the leg.